No rock, you say? Interesting. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I'm glad that you could join me this evening, and I hope that all is well. I got a few. Oh no, definitely don't want to post that. That would be the wrong thing to post. Fuck up the whole channel. Got a couple of early birds I have to pay out real quick. So I hope you're all doing well again. Welcome to the den. If you're not familiar with the den is the best conversation on the internet. And you say, well, random anonymous guy who I don't know, and I am Ed Honcho, so let me put that out there for you. You say, well, why is the den? Why is the den the best conversation on the internet? Who gives you the authority to say what you're saying? Well, I give myself the authority first, and then the reason why it's the best conversation on the internet is because of you people. You wonderful, wonderful people. Most of you are wonderful, wonderful people. I don't know. I don't think Sourberry was here on time. I don't think she was. So let me see. I think that's everybody. So let's talk about it, man. Today we're going to talk about who has it harder, men or women. And there's some other things we're definitely going to slide into the conversation. But because we know how YouTube acts around events like this, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say certain things, or not going to put certain things on the title, right? Crass and Heartless, what's the motherfucking deal? So I'm going to leave it at that. I got the wrong thing on. But there's some events that are taking place too that we're going to talk about it, and we're going to get into that, So we will talk about that. But let's see who we have joining us this evening, and then we will get into some good conversation. We will discuss some things, and we will talk about it. So one second. One of these things that we have to talk about. Well, first let me see what we got joining us. Then we'll talk about some things. K Grace, only one lie, not anyone's friend. Rashida Reed, Jackie, only one lie. You'll get to one. 335 in the motherfucking building. What's the motherfucking deal? Some sort of female simp is in the building. Adeline, what's the motherfucking deal? Sweetberry, the pistachio pilfer himself. The Southern Miss Bell, Southern Style, what's the motherfucking deal? Kanisha, Trixie McFly, what's the motherfucking deal? Crass and Heartless, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Marie Antoinette, what's the motherfucking deal? Shonda Tony, what's the motherfucking deal? So let's talk about some things, right? Let's talk about some things. First and foremost, make sure you hit that like button. And then let's get into it. So I want to talk about who has it worse, men or women. But again, like I said, there's an event. It's kind of still going on, I do believe. I don't know if we have anybody from the Philly area, but I do want to address some issues that are going on with that here shortly. Very, very interesting. A lot of interesting things happening with that situation. A lot of stuff going on the ground right now. A lot of stuff happening between law enforcement and the population. A lot of stuff happening with the situation. I believe they said there's still actually cops in the building where they went. They said that they rescued some people. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. It's just like tomfoolery all the way around. Bad and bougie, what's the motherfucking deal? Giant mess, what's the motherfucking deal? So we'll start with the main topic. We'll get to the Philly thing. I mean, that's inevitable. who has it worse, men or women? Well, women say, well, men don't have to deal with discrimination and pregnancy and, getting catcalled and, being harassed and being in dangerous situations and things of that nature. And this is true. Well, men say, well, men, we have to deal with the more dangerous aspects of life. We tend to have to do the tougher jobs. We are held to a different standard than women, and it's always expected. And these things are true. You're expected to be the provider, the protector. Think about the Titanic, right? Think about the Titanic. What's the saying when it's sunk? And anywhere that there's a dangerous situation happening, who is it? Women and children first. So men are expected to be willing to sacrifice their lives for the others, right? That's how it's supposed to be. And but there's just a different level of expectation. But if you talk to certain people in society today, they'll say, no, it's not like that. It's we can talk about education, we can talk about the workplace. But I think if we're looking at everything as a whole, and you can say, well, Honcho, you're biased. I do believe men have it tougher. I do believe men have it harder than women do. I think it depends on what aspect of life you're talking about, but I think it balances out to an extent. But then there's certain parts where I think it's just more expectations for men. Very good point. A lot of women aren't expected, to join the military or in the army. There's not a lot of women that are always put on the front lines of things. I'm not saying that there aren't any, but it's not as many. So think about how society judges things, right? Cartier, what's the motherfucking deal? Footballer 503, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, I think it's only one lie. Yes, they're expected, but then there's options. But for women, there's options. For men, there's expectations. If someone says, oh, well, this woman here is laid up, she doesn't work, her husband takes care of everything, she doesn't have to do anything, nobody thinks twice about it. But if you flip the roles, then that man's a scumbag, he's a piece of shit, he's trash. It isn't the same. Been a few situations recently where women have been accused of sexual harassment. We talk about Me Too, Men Too, whatever you want to call it. And it's not viewed the same. A woman just went up and grabbed some reporter's crotch, I think one of Alex Jones's people. Grabbed his crotch in public, in front of everybody, because they were talking about, I forgot what they were talking about, but I guess she called herself making a point. She got 5 days of jail time, had to pay a $50 fine, 6 months of unsupervised probation. Had that been a man who went and groped a woman on camera, or say a local reporter or something like that on camera, ferocious, what's the motherfucking deal? I'm always on time, be for real. Always on time. My time. But had the roles been reversed, there would be outrage. There would be backlash, but people barely even knew about, the story of that situation happening. And so I do believe that there are societal aspects that favor women. I do believe that there are just general situations that expectations favor women. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're in a day and age where we talk a lot about equality, and we talk about fairness, and we talk about justice and balance and all these things. But I think in the natural order of things, it doesn't truly exist. Because if you made a woman the president, people will still feel the same way that they feel about societal norms. We've had plenty of discussions in here about the roles of men and women. If Hillary would have became president and Bill was the first man, those roles would not change. It would still be the same, right? It would still be a certain expectation. It would still be the same level of social expectations between people. Oh, I forgot to try something. I forgot to do something. Let me see something here. Learned a nifty new trick to hopefully make the sound a little bit better. Let me check it out. About right here. So anyway, here's my thing though. Here's the way I look at it. My issue is I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You accept that role, you embrace that role, but I think you have a lot of people now who see only the good of what's happening on the other side, right? Just Sarah, what's the motherfucking deal? Who only see the good of the other side and then claim that the other side has all the benefits, has all the glory and all the stuff. We can talk about